I mean, you open your social media, you go on Instagram, and you look at these pictures of these damn near perfect people, and you look at yourself and you go, oh my gosh, I am not good enough. What's up, guys and girls? Cassiem here, and today I want to talk about something that I think is extremely important to every single person on this planet, and that is this thing called happiness. Right? We all want it. It's the whole pursuit of happiness. Before I go on with the video, though, I want to touch on something for you to think about. I listened to a guy speak not too long ago. You're a learned guy, and this is my opinion. I listened to him and it resonated with me. You might like it, might not. But basically what he said was that what we want is not actually happiness. Right? Because happiness comes and it goes. Right? Happiness comes and it goes. You can literally go watch your favorite movie right now, right? And you can be extremely happy. You can go home, and on your way home someone cuts you off and pisses you off, and all of a sudden you're not happy anymore. Okay, so happiness comes and it goes. It's just this feeling that comes and goes. What he said, what we really want in life is something called peace. Right? So you want to be at peace with where you are, with what you're doing, with your career, with your spouse, right? You want to have that feeling of, you know what, I'm fulfilled. And that comes with being at peace with where you are. Right? And then happiness just basically follows. But just thought I'd touch on that. It's something for you to think about. You might not agree with it, but have a think. But anyway, for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep using the term happiness because that is what we all know and that is what we all sort of chasing. Alright, so talking about this whole happiness thing. So most of us, we search for happiness outside of ourselves, right? Externally, okay? And I do this myself, and I still do it until today. And most people do it, whether they care to admit it or not. Okay, so you think that if you have a nice car, right, or if you have a fancy house, okay, or you're married to the most beautiful girl in the world, that is going to make you happy, right? You cannot be further from the truth. That is what you're thinking. Okay? Yeah, it's going to add to your happiness. You know, if you buy a brand new car, Mercedes-Benz, I don't know, for that first week or two, you're going to be happy. But you're soon going to realize that the only difference is you driving a brand new car from A to B. Nothing else has changed. Just driving a brand new car, fancy car. The only thing that might happen is people might look at you and be like, oh wow, he's driving such a cool car. It means nothing. Right? That is going to wear off and you're just going to go back to the same person you were before. And my dad actually told me something and it always stuck with me. And that is, doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter what you have, right? You're always going to take the most important person with you, and that is yourself, okay? So if you're unhappy before you have any of those things, you are going to stay unhappy even when you get those things. So let me give you another example. All right. Say you go out with your friends, and you see someone attractive, someone the opposite sex that is quite attractive, right? Chilling with your friends, and your friends tell you that, hey man, you should go and talk to her, right? And you basically tell your friends, no, she's out of my league. No way I can talk to her, right? That right there, no, she's out of my league, that is the biggest thing, biggest mistake, or the worst thing you could have said, right? Because you don't have a damn clue what she's thinking, right? The fact that you say, oh no, she's out of my league, your friends can be like, what do you mean she's out of your league? You're going to say, oh well, I'm too short and I dress funny, right? You don't have a damn clue what she's thinking, okay? So the fact that you think she thinks you are too short and you dress funny, what you're basically saying is, you know what, I dress funny and I'm short, so I'm not good enough to talk to that person. Like, that's exactly what you're saying. You're saying, I'm not good enough to talk to that person, I'm too short and I dress funny. And if you go a little deeper, what you're actually telling yourself is, I'm not happy with the fact that I am short, and I'm not happy with the way I dress. Right? And that is the biggest mistake. It's not that she's out of your league. It's just the fact that you're not happy with yourself. Because you're not happy with yourself, you're not confident with yourself, you're not going to go and talk to that person. And that is exactly what we are doing to ourselves. We are not completely happy and confident with ourselves. Right? Happiness needs to come from within. It's something that you got to dig deep and you got to get it from within. All right. Now it's not easy. It is not easy. We grew up in a freaking society where nothing is ever good enough. Right. It starts at home. Right. Your family maybe tells you you're not good enough to do a certain thing. Right. You go to school. They tell you you're not good enough to do a certain thing. So for you to be able to get out of that mindset, it's hard. It is an absolute. I mean, you open your social media. You go on Instagram. And you look at these pictures of these damn near perfect people, and you look at yourself and you go, oh my gosh, I am not good enough. And so again, you're in a society, and we live in a world where it is hard to be happy with yourself because someone else or someone, social media, decided to define happiness for you, and all of a sudden you don't meet those standards and you're just not happy with your life. So you got to dig deep, right? Like I said, it's not easy. So the next question you can ask is, how do I get from where I am to where I want to be? All right. First thing I'm going to tell you is you've got to be grateful. Number one, that is the very first thing. You've got to be grateful that you can wake up every morning. Right. You've got to be grateful that you are a human being. Right. Because I promise you, I don't care how bad you have it. There's someone else out there that has worse than you. So number one, be grateful for the person you are. If you're short, okay, be grateful. All right. You've got so much in this world to be grateful. So that's number one. Wake up with the attitude of, you know what, I am so happy to be alive. I'm so happy that I can feel the wind blowing, see the sunshine, even feel the rain on my skin. Be grateful. Number one. The second thing you've got to do, right, and I learned this from a guy called Jim Rohn. I was watching his videos and his seminars, and basically what he says is, if you want anything extraordinary, you need to become extraordinary. Right, so that is number two. You have got to work on yourself. That is the biggest thing out of everything. Doesn't matter what you're studying, you need to work on yourself. Right? So read books, right? Watch videos, seminars, right? Learn from people who are successful. Develop yourself. Learn a new language. I don't know. Follow your passion. That is extremely important because that creates confidence in yourself because you are moving in the direction that you want to go. So you need to work on yourself, right? Develop yourself. Work out. Physically develop yourself, okay? Do everything in your power to be a better person, right? Wake up with the intention that I need to be better than I was yesterday, okay? And eventually what's going to happen is you develop this confidence, right? And this confidence starts showing through. And everything you do in your life, everything starts changing. And you start feeling that confidence and that happiness starts to come. You become happy with yourself. You get that feeling, you know what, I feel like I'm fulfilled as a person, right? That way, you start achieving that happiness. Then everything else, the car, the house, beautiful girlfriend, that just adds to that happiness, right? If all of that had to go, right, you know you are in a place that you are happy with yourself. That wouldn't even matter. So, super important. This whole video, you need to dig deep, and it has to come from within. Right? Once you're happy with yourself, everything else falls into place. So I'm going to leave it at that. Think about it. All right? And if you found this video useful in any way, you know the drill. Share it, like it, comment below, dislike it. I don't know. You know how it goes in social media. And I hope to see you all in the next video.